Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Football Roundup. Of course, I'm Damoy, this is Mash, this is Staving, and we are the Football Roundup crew. And we are here at the Tracks and Records today for the World Cup finals. We'll be having Argentina versus France. Who do you guys think will win? Well, we'll find out later on at the end of this video. But we just want to make you know, so yo, we're there. Anything you want to say?
Football Roundup there.
Like, subscribe, YouTube, share. That is it.
World Cup finals at Tracks and Records. Argentina 1-0.
All right, we're here at the Tracks and Records, and we just witnessed one of the greatest, probably one of the greatest finals of all time. We had Messi versus Mbappe, Argentina versus France, and Argentina, of course, came out on top. So we're here with this or that sports, you get me, I say. So we'll get them views upon the match. So first of all, I want to ask you guys, who were you carrying to win the match?
Well, me personally, I'm not necessarily a fan of any other country except Jamaica, but I genuinely believe that Messi was the GOAT. That was what I believed before, but now it's facts. No, it's not a belief anymore, it's a fact.
Alright, where I'm concerned, I didn't have a horse in the race per se. But, because of other reasons, like I couldn't manage the Messi supporters in my ears because I'm a Ronaldo guy. So that meant that I wanted France to win because I didn't want to have to deal with all of that. But no, we just have to resign to the fact that I guess Messi is the GOAT.
You call that corruption?
Yeah, corrupt.
Bad mind, dirty heart.
But I said no, I'm corrupt in our way. But I was carrying France today.
All right. So who were you guys carrying throughout the World Cup? Well, you say you're a Jamaica man.
Yeah.
So who were you carrying throughout the World Cup?
I wanted England to do well. I also wanted USA to do well. And I wanted... Which other team? Yeah, I think England and USA were the two teams that I wanted to do well. Not carrying or cheering on. I didn't even watch all the games for all of them. But those are the two teams that say, oh, if I like some of the players, I want this team to do well. So, yeah.
All right, so these finals are very entertaining finals, end-to-end stuff. So what is your analysis of the entire game from both sides? So I'm going to want you to talk about the France aspect and you talk about the Argentina aspect.
We can do that in it's a very long game, so the analysis might be a bit lengthy. But I mean, the game kicked off, and as I predicted, Argentina would have dominated position of the ball. France's midfield is very deprived. Missing the likes of Kante and Pogba right now. So So I assume that Messi, Argentina, especially with Messi playing a deeper role this World Cup, would have dominated the midfield initially, and that's exactly what happened. And they got off to a very fast start because of Messi's dominance. You know, Messi dropped off and Messi was spreading the ball left and right, making things happen. And Di Maria was absolutely outstanding at the wing. He was an absolute menace. So the game got off to a fast start for Argentina, and it seemed as though France was dead in the water. You know, as the game progressed, I think Messi's age caught up to him. And you saw that in the last part of the game, you know, his legs started to waver, you know, he started to lose the ball. He was even complicit in the second goal being scored because he was the one who lost it, making a run that I think was unnecessary, you know. Being a smarter player as Messi is, I would not expect him to make a mistake like that, but he's 35 years old, he's very old, so the odd mistake is made, but you know, extra time come, he was hydrated, I guess, you know, he was inspired, you know, he wanted to win this, and he stepped it up back in the second half, managing to, in the period of extra time, managing to score again, you know, scoring 2 goals in a World Cup finals, proving once and for all that he's the greatest of all time. So from an Argentinian perspective, you know, it was a very well played game by Argentina initially. You know, they became last when Messi became tired, which has been an indictment on Argentina for the last 2 years. When Messi doesn't play, Argentina doesn't look good, but Messi found his footing and eventually managed to take it home.
Yeah, from the France perspective, I feel like France came out today knowing what they had to do. They were never going to dominate Argentina today, you know, especially because they didn't have a very strong midfield coming in. You know, they're missing Pogba, they're missing Kante, so they have to depend on guys like Chouameni and Rabiot, who are not necessarily great midfielders at the moment. You know, so coming into the game, they knew that they had to counter-attack. They knew that. Get the ball to Mbappe as fast as possible, get the ball to Dembele as fast as possible, whip crosses in and hope that, you know, Giroud can get on the end of something. That didn't serve them well in this game at all. You know, in fact, they tried to get a few crosses, they got a couple heads onto a couple balls, but it didn't help them well. You know, early, the coach, Deschamps, he made a master stroke, man. Taking off Dembele and Giroud, bringing off Thuram and Mane, and that, I believe that's what changed the game. Immediately, obviously, towards the end of the first half, we didn't see it happening much, but as soon as they came out in the second half, we saw a change. And we were talking about it, was that their health were rid of some flu coming into the finals. But looking at it now, there were no illnesses today. No, I saw nobody going down, you know, holding their chest. I saw no one, you know, I saw no signs of illness. So I feel like that master stroke, they got a foothold in the game. They had more, you know, have a goal threat. Yes, they were still counter-attacking. They got a bit more of midfield presence though. When they brought on Camavinga and some of those guys. And Koeman. You know, they got a hold of that midfield. Argentina looked out of the water for a second. As I said, Messi's feet left him. You know, Rodrigo, I don't know where he was in that, but for that moment of the game. You know, Mbappe, I feel like France, every time Argentina did something, France looked to Mbappe and say, yo boss, what you have for it? You know, and he delivered every single time. You know, he was one of the only France players today that I can say, yo, him and Lloris, they didn't deserve to lose this game. You know, good performances from other teams, but I feel like the counter-attacking didn't serve them well with Giroud on the pitch, and as soon as he changed the players and the personnel, the style didn't necessarily change. Mbappe through the middle, Thuram sometimes they rotate, you know, Thuram sometimes through the middle, many sometimes through the middle. The counter-attacking helped them tremendously towards the end of the game. So, and that's what we saw. Mbappe versus Messi. Mbappe did what he had to do, Messi did what he had to do, even though he drifted for some parts of the game. Mbappe wasn't present on the defensive end. None of them. Messi, I feel like Messi gave more towards the defensive end of the game than Mbappe. You know, so all in a very good game.
Mbappe has had the least defensive runs all World Cup.
Yeah, but if you're going to give me a hat-trick in the World Cup finals, I can't ask for much more. You know, so that's my sum up of the game. A very, very good game, I can say for sure. This is the best World Cup finals. It's up there for the best game that I've watched. You know, the Barcelona-Liverpool game is a very good game. But this game is one of the best football games I've ever watched. One of the most entertaining games I've ever watched. So, all in all, a very good World Cup finals. Couldn't ask for more.
Alright, so last question. We already know that France were missing some big crucial players. Pogba, Kante, Benzema, Nkunku, a lot of crucial players. Hernandez, who got injured in the first game. Do you think if those players were there, they would have probably lifted this trophy?
I can't say they would have lifted the trophy because we've seen Argentina, we've seen Solini, we've seen him make changes to adjust to the situation. This is the third straight game that he started a different starting lineup and a different formation. So he plays the situation. So had those players played, I don't think he would have tried to dominate the midfield. I think he would have probably went with Sancho, played a back three, and used Acuna and tried to overlap more and play on the counter. So I think Argentina and Messi would have found a way to do it. I still believe that regardless, because they're a team that knows how to grit it out. But because of the situation, that's why he played the way he played. But the game would have looked different.
Yeah, I definitely agree that it would be a different game. I feel like France would have a bigger midfield presence, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they will have more goal threat. Their attackers were still there. Mbappe was getting the ball. They were getting in dangerous positions. But you know, Argentina did well. Romero had a blind of a game today. You know, so they did well. They are missing Pogba though. You can't understate that. You know, and Kante, they are missing them. So the midfield presence would definitely have changed. But one thing I have to say, this is what we see from Argentina. Even when they have Pogba and Kante, we see them play ugly games and still manage to win, still manage to score, but they don't play pretty football. You know, so the game would probably look a bit better, but it would still probably be a 3-3 game. Promise me. Promise me.
All right.
I have one statement to make. Like, Mbappe, the best player in the world. That's undisputed. Kylian Mbappe is the best footballer in the world right now. Messi is the greatest footballer of all time.
All right. Some crucial facts, some big statements just now. So that's it for Football Roundup featuring this or that sports. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share the content. Make sure to also go over to Fidem page and subscribe and share them content as well. They have been covering schoolboy football and other content, so make sure to go over there and take it in. All right. Big up on yourself, and that's it.